Lock, stock, and barrel on Morse Road, where it used to be just the early voting center, but now it's the whole operation. And Stephanie was there, as I was, to kind of christen it as we're opening it and getting a new place for people to vote, a new early voting center, but a place to go and register and do all the other things that they do. So when I heard Stephanie's name, I thought I'd mention I was just with her. But this afternoon, at the request of Amy Wickes, who's your main speaker here. Yes. And I have known Amy's beautiful mother over here in the corner, who has the camera, for probably 30 or 40 years. Can everybody hear me? Yeah. I usually yell and talk loud enough everybody can hear without something like this, but I'll hold this as well to make sure, and just put it in my pocket or on the side here. But I've known Amy's mom for probably 40 years or thereabouts. She's a very good friend of one of my good friends, and so we both knew each other back in our younger days, and through that process I knew Amy when she was very young, unfortunately, and she will tell you her story. As she was growing up, she had a few bumps along the way, and those bumps resulted in actually her eventually being prosecuted by our office for the commission of several felonies. And Amy actually went off to prison, up to Marysville, which is the high prison for women, and it was a terrible circumstance, but I think it was a result of some problems that she'll talk about, and how I think here today, though, she is a perfect example of someone who has had some problems, who has realized those problems and has tried to solve those problems, and is a very good example of someone who did go to an Ohio prison and came out, and is now working very hard to do something positive for the system, and to relate some of the experiences she had while in prison and try and solve some of the things she saw. She will periodically call me with problems, and usually people in the courthouse don't immediately respond to someone who's been convicted of felony, sent off to prison, and is calling to complain about the system. But because I know Amy, and because I know she is both well-meaning, she's diligent, she has and gets information that people don't call and I'm not accessible to. So if there's a problem in the jail, she will call me and say, this is going on in the jail. I think that, in fact, one good example is a fellow that was in there, and she was talking to his relatives who said he was not getting his medication, and he had some mental health issues, that he needed his medication, and he was kind of, as they call people in the jail to do this, he was decompensating. And so sometimes I have found the jail requires, because they don't want to be giving people drugs that's not prescribed, that sometimes the process where someone proves they have a subscription, proves they're entitled to the drugs they want, and they have the drugs that they can dispense in the jail, but they don't want to give it out improperly, that the time lag to do that, because if I haven't had recent contact with my child and they get arrested and go to jail, I may not know what all drugs they are on. So I may have to go to their home, I may have to go to their pharmacist, I may have to find out what they're on, and I may have to then provide that to the jail so they have proof the person should be on these type of prescription drugs, and the fact that they're not getting them then causes them to decompensate or get worse in the jail. So on several occasions, Amy has called me with that kind of problem, and I've been able to listen to her and kind of cut through the bureaucracy